Sandan has offered to help me with this. Great. Okay. What we did in class last Saturday, whenever that was, did some freestyle Uwara exercises, and it was from Katate, Hazushi, Ichi. And this is how it looks like from a person attacking. I think how I did it the other day, a little different. Came here, and I came up here, and then came down. Move that, go to here. Okay. Katate Azushi Ni from inside. Doing kata, walking around, and doing the takedown to the rear. And I will add one more into that, and that is Ryote Hazushi. You can come in and do the basic escape, then do the Shirangoshi. Thank you. Good? Okay. Then I started to, I did some AikiJitsu. Now AikiJitsu in of itself is like Aikido. They're probably not going to be the most efficient self-defense techniques because they require some posing to get the techniques. So from, this drives some people crazy, but this outside wrist grip stuff, people don't consider a valid self-defense technique, because why would somebody grab somebody? I tell you, if I could grab somebody, I could do a lot, just with a grab, okay? The other thing that people say is from boxing, Aikido kind of looks like this. So do right, left. I'm trying to grab things, and it's just not working. And there's some good ideas about that, and that is there's no one system that will work against every other system. So no one thing works for every type of attack, but a basic concept that we practice at Golden Sage Martial Arts and in Danzanru is closing the gap and not playing the game of your attacker. So as she comes in to do that boxing type of thing, close the gap and use techniques that are not expected. Or if they are really not a threat, we can do what I did at Psych Hospital and use this similar technique, which is to move back and get them to commit and close the gap here. Now at this point here, I have some techniques that I could use. She could too. If she's smart, she knows what I'm going to do. Okay? Okay. So I love these AikiJitsu techniques. I'm not ranked in AikiJitsu or Aikido, but I just love the heck out of them. I'm still researching the names. I'll get the names out there sometime, but right for now we'll go over a few of them that we practiced last Saturday, and I'm going to add in another one. So this one is from a double hand grab, and the idea here is pushing down to the earth, and you see the balance is broken. Then as I step past, so if you could back up. So for the kata for that would be earth, heaven, step past them, not behind her leg, but past them, and drop. So you have to.
I get to do it to you?
So she pushes down with one hand and steps.
Is my hand inside or outside?
It would be inside.
Okay.
So as she steps there, you see the balance broken? Now, she turns that over and points her hand down to the ground. I started.
You were off balance.
Yeah. Okay, so that's, I'll call that number one for now. Now, another movement that's needed, and this one I had some problems with because it didn't make entire sense, too much self-defense sense to me. But what type of punch do we require at the school? We required a committed punch to the face usually, and you have to be close enough to have made contact, but you have to have the control to hold it back. So she does a left-handed punch to my nose and stops, and she pulls it back. Good, let's do that again. Good. Now, in a lot of techniques you'll see, or a lot of jiu-jitsu, or traditional jiu-jitsu or AikiJitsu, you'll see them go, because they're expecting to have terrible things done to them, so they leave it out there. Now, if you put it out there and then bring it back, slowly, you're still in control. You're not going to cream your partner, but at the same time, at our school, we like to do this to demonstrate something closer to realism. The other thing is their other hand is up, ready, so that gives you a little bit of care and concern for your own safety, because you realize the other hand and the other foot are in play, unless you do something like what we're going to do. So she does an outside wrist grip. Now if I just come in here like this, she can still turn and step and get me and do all kinds of things to me, because I did not affect her balance. But right there, I have turned the tables. Now I can do all kinds of techniques because I'm in a superior position of, I've used kazushi. So one of them that is difficult to figure out is, why would somebody grab a hold of you so tight that it affects her balance? Now I want her to hang on. I'm not escaping. So hang on with all your grip. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this movement here, there, that's better. See that break in balance? So as she moves her hip to her hand. There, that's it. And now you can step behind yourself. And put both hands up like they're the same, yeah, like that, or even just like that. Yeah. So this is important to practice for this. Now, why do I look so exaggerated here? It's because the idea there, I'm grabbing this for a reason. If I let go, look at where her hand's at. She can backhand me, she has two hands to my one, she can off balance me. So this is like a committed punch. This self-defense against a punch like this, there's no self-defense technique for that. It's not a committed attack done safely. This is a committed attack, okay? And now she is learning to control my balance from a more difficult position, which is from the wrist. There, that's the idea. Now from there, we can do all these other techniques. So she does a double wrist grip. Now I can slide in and do this next technique.
Nowhere to go.
Okay? Now also when she grabs here,
Yes. That was impressive.
so all of these that are done static are done in circles. There. Now, this time I didn't step back here, I did a shuffle step. So from 2 hands, I can do the ground or the earth here, then this comes up like this, and this was the second technique that I demonstrated at class, or actually I've added in one. So, to practice this by yourself, would be push down, use this technique to get them kazushi, shuffle step in, foot around, raise up, bend down. So that's the solo practice. First solo practice, down here, and then up here, there. Second one, down here, shuffle step in. This time you raise your hand up, and that gives them a little extra incentive to be off balance. So I'll call it the third one, actually let's do it from 2 hands from behind. So the third one would be pushed down here for earth, and then come up here, and it's right there. Okay. So that's moving. That's moving. And then, how do I do this last one? From 2 hands. That's moving. So you lead them around. So as they come in to grab the inside of this wrist,
Inside.
yeah, and then come around to grab this one, I offer it to her. So we do this, I don't particularly like grab my wrist jujitsu. I like defensive stance. And they don't feel coming in with a strike is enough, so they're gonna grab and then strike. But as soon as they grab, there'll be another variation on how to get there.
Yeah, and something, when we find ourselves playing grab my wrist jujitsu, it's a good time to practice with your buddy. Don't tell him, grab my wrist jujitsu. See what happened? Practice leading their mind with that grip, and they're already off balance. And then that's a part of what he's doing here. Just go ahead.
So from that wrist grab, see, it's like what she's saying, is I'm going in the same direction. It was, I've heard Professor Leahy say, you want to see the world the way they see it. So in other words, whenever possible, you want to turn and look the same direction as they are. And from the outside is ideal. Okay, so first one here. Okay, next one. There. No, I just did left hand. Okay. Here. Number 2. Number 3. And we'll do one more, number 4 with 2. No. So this is really important here. Nothing's going to happen here until I extend that energy there. And this is kind of weird because they'll tend to hang on to this because they don't want to fall. See? Okay, so those are a few of them, and now I'd like to do a couple of variations of things to come. Now, in practical application of these arts would be from here. If she came in to strike, then I could end up in here. So that'd be a practical application whenever I find myself in there. Or there. Be another way of entry here and here. Okay. Okay. But you want to break the balance. The trick is to do this and still remain friends. There are throws from here. And the technique that we do in Zenyo is that technique into a jiu-jitsu roll. Punch. Now, she said thank you. There are some options there. You don't have to plow everybody into the ground. If you don't meet this with this. Now there are ways of taking the center. If she punches, now we talked about Kazushi. So right here, entering into, you can get away with that. You have to kind of block with that.
Easy, easy.
Right shoulder.
Right shoulder, arms.
It's actually doing pretty good, but I don't want to give it anything to think about.
Okay, so that's an idea. AikiJitsu and Aikido are a lot of fun. And they're different than world wrestling, big time wrestling, MMA. That's all different in different contexts. They have their methods of proving who's better on any given day, and we just want to go along and get along. We want to avoid conflict and resolve it. If we need to, redirect it and avoid fights. Fighting is violent. I don't want to be violent. I want to be confident. I want to protect myself and my family and an innocent person up to my ability. But I'm not going to get in a ring with nobody. No time, no way. All right?